Alright. Alright, game number 2, New Houston, a power colony. We saw power go ridiculous last time, and power starts at 80 with water. There's not much of it. This is a Zoltar map, very clearly. I wasn't the host, you can't blame me. Alright, what have we got here? Are there any founds at all? There is a scav spot right up there, I guess. The aluminium's a bit... Where's the iron? Where's the iron? We could see potentially a robotic somewhere over here. It's next to the aluminium and water. There's not a lot of good spaces. What are the players going to do out of this? YerAnd founds at 22 as an expansive. Alright, takes that, whereas I would have taken the robotic. Perfectly fine. Alright, robotic onto the Pollina. YerAnd started off with debt this time rather than cash last time. So, maybe we'll see... Well, we're going to see power be a lot more effective, but maybe we'll see... Well, YerAnd's actually already a HQ2 off of that. Iron did start expensive. YerAnd did crush a lot of that iron at the start. However, YerAnd has placed 3 claims here, which is an odd choice because usually you're wanting to split your steel mills at the start. But I guess because iron started so high, he feels he can get away with it, especially with water also starting high. This is the exact opposite of last map. Instead of low prices, they are now high prices. Pollina doing the exact same thing. Pollina isn't worried. Pollina's going to go for a goon squad. Pollina's going to get that goon squad. Pollina's going to defend herself, and she will be fine. As long as you can get the goon squad, you can put your steel mills like this, and Pollina is going to need to use every advantage she can get with her adjacency bonuses as robotic against YerAnd right here. Grabbing the water tile next to YerAnd's water tile so that you can't get that adjacency. Where's the rest of the water? It's far. Okay, Pollina's got some over here. So, by denying that from YerAnd, YerAnd can only get one source of that water, and that's about the equivalent of each other, because YerAnd has that minus 0.2 right now from level 2 expansive. When it gets to level 3, it'll be 0.4, and then it's effectively they're working on the same amount of water. Power surge onto the iron. Okay, fair enough. The steel mills will be unprofitable soon. Did not have a stockpile of that iron. Good choice by Pollina to take that. Pollina needs to just start buying up some iron here. Iron is going to start getting quite profitable. What do we got here? Well, the thing is, whilst iron is going to be quite profitable, Pollina has committed quite a bit into iron with the 2 highs, but kind of needs to at any rate. Auto off on the steel mills. This is why you don't want auto off on all the time necessarily. Yep, manually turning off that auto off. Power is already really high at this point. YerAnd is just straight up turning off the steel mills. I don't care if they're going to be profitable. I don't care if they're auto-profitable. I don't care about anything like that. I just want to turn them off. I don't want to give any money to Pollina whatsoever. I don't want this power debt right now. He is running just off of the water pump and the aluminium mine, whereas Pollina is running, well, everything. Oh, a surplus on iron. You did not want to see that, Pollina. Quick start. Okay, you did start in time. That's good. That's good. YerAnd can upgrade off of that. I guess they just powered through enough with the water bump. Alright, fair enough. YerAnd is already at HQ3. Pollina's at HQ2. You do not want to be in this position against a expansive, especially when there's only 2 geothermals on the map. YerAnd has already claimed 1. The other one is right here. Pollina really wanted that, potentially with a superconductor. Pollina is not going to have the chance to get that. Pollina is going to need to maybe get some from miles away in order to compete on the market for power, because otherwise you're running on low silicon. YerAnd might just run away on power again at this rate because of the geothermal. But, you know, maybe Pollina get out of this. Pollina's upgraded to 3. What are they spending on the claims? They've spent one of their claims. What are they spending the other 2 on? They have spent a claim on the other geothermal. Okay, YerAnd did not claim the other geothermal. Personally, I think that was a mistake. You've got your adrenaline boosts, so sure, well, you can goon squad and then adrenaline boost 1 geothermal before Pollina manages to get her geothermal, because that's such a long travel time. Heck, you can even magnetic storm that if you wanted, YerAnd. That would be mean. I love that idea, YerAnd. You should totally magnetic storm Pollina's geothermals. YerAnd has silicon up. YerAnd has the glass kiln. That silicon is so far away though. Pollina, you should just buy into fuel at this point. YerAnd is consuming a lot of it. That's the problem with these Zoltar maps. That's what I call them, Zoltar maps. 83,000 in debt for YerAnd. YerAnd is not going to have the geothermal online before the next tick. This is going to be a hurtful tick. 89, 91, 92, 93. Oh, what are we going to see? We're going to see that in about 10 seconds. Pollina, however, looking so good on its own. 96 to 81. We're going to see, is it going to hit the 98? It's already hit C. It hit C. It hit C. Is it going to hit D just before? Is it going to hit D just before? This is close. This is close. Nope. Okay. 119k for YerAnd. Okay, it wasn't close at all. Pollina 100k to 117k, but YerAnd's already making power money, already making money off of power. YerAnd has moved out of steel completely, said no to steel at all. I'm just making my greenhouse farms. Greenhouse farms use no power. Wind turbines though for Pollina. Pollina's like, okay, yeah, I desperately need to get into power here. Oh, Pollina did actually manage to get into that geothermal. YerAnd letting that slip, maybe. Well, maybe. I don't know. The geothermal boost is coming off. That is powerful. That is powerful. There's a lot of power going off for both sides. Maybe this will be a stalemate. Maybe this will be a standstill this time. Except this time, it still favors YerAnd, unfortunately. This time it still favors YerAnd because YerAnd is the expansive player. This is the strength of being an expansive. Oh, YerAnd is committing more to the solar panels. That's some expensive silicon, but Pollina unfortunately cannot make up for that yet. Pollina only has one wind turbine. Pollina really can't afford to get that second wind turbine on right now. YerAnd has already eclipsed Pollina in debt. YerAnd is making way more power money, and now they've got the solar panels online. Now they've got the solar panels. 7 power a second. This is gonna hurt. Pollina has just spent her black market on something, and unfortunately, it was a defense. It was a defense. Pollina spent that on the defense. Pollina is not making power money. YerAnd is making power money. YerAnd has a significant advantage at this point. YerAnd is, however, not in steel anymore. Neither is Pollina, but YerAnd is not in steel anymore, so YerAnd will not be able to go to HQ4 and then 5 really quick without getting Pollina money, but Pollina doesn't have steel. If Pollina had more steel, then I would not want to be upgrading at all as YerAnd, but with no steel on the Pollina, maybe you can afford to expand because you're not going to give that money to Pollina, necessarily. We have... fuel still hasn't risen that much, fortunately for YerAnd, and 22 to 89 at this point. Oh, that's gotta hurt. Pollina just is not making the money, and not making the anti-debt. YerAnd bought another adrenaline boost, making it more expensive for Pollina, whilst also having the adrenaline boost for yourself. Is YerAnd going to adrenaline boost the geothermal though? Because I mean, 198 is still a lot of power, but it doesn't seem like a lot when it was 411. YerAnd is moving into electrolysis. Interesting choice, interesting choice. I want to see you move back into steel at some point though. Second wind turbine coming down for Pollina at this point, but too little too late. Pollina is not going to be able to get out of this debt. YerAnd adrenaline boosts the geothermal. Alright, on the one hand, you're not going to make too much more money off of it. On the other hand, you're going to kill the price so Pollina can't make money off of the wind turbine that they just invested so much more into. That was a, like, 7k cost wind turbine, which is a lot for Pollina when they have so few claims. Claims are not on the black market. We're looking at adrenaline boost instead. This is definitely an expansive favoured black market because if you have claims on the black market, the expansive black market claims aren't, the expansive normal claims aren't worth as much proportionally because you can make up for it with a black market claim. However, there's nothing like that. Instead, there's adrenaline boost, which makes more value out of having more claims, right? Which is just a bonus to YerAnd. Alright, however, water is becoming a problem. YerAnd did take the high water there. Another strength of the expansive, has a lot of claims to use on these Zoltar maps. Can potentially get adjacency here as well. Definitely has the water income to support things. Pollina doesn't realise this. Pollina has been buying up water, I believe, at this point, and that is the whole reason why water was so high. But unfortunately, that's just playing into YerAnd's hands, who now is auto-selling water and is making so much more money off of this. Pollina is forced to move back into steel. And what the hell is carbon doing at this point? YerAnd just bought a lot of carbon. Okay, so YerAnd at this point just buys a lot of carbon so that Pollina cannot rebuild the wind turbine. Smart choice, except that power's now at $1. However, you're also stopping Pollina from viewing electronics. Alright, you sell it down now, power's at $1. Alright. YerAnd is going for the buy. They need another 40k. Can they make that? Unfortunately for YerAnd, most of YerAnd's money was also in power. So we're about a bit of a stalemate at this point. YerAnd kind of just needs to wait for all of this carbon to come in, and silicon. Ah, this is a good shortage for YerAnd. YerAnd should probably at this point sell one of their stocks in Pollina and buy up as much silicon as they can at this point. They are buying up as much silicon as they can though. They are making a lot of money off of this. Pollina unfortunately just doesn't have the correct claims. Just doesn't have the claims to move into money off of this. They have 4 claims in reality because that are adjacent to each other. Everything else is just so spread out from each other. She's hit 4, but they cannot make this Pollina just can't make the money before YerAnd does. Even if both sides are running on nothing but fumes at this point, and fumes are not worth anything. If they are not making nothing but fumes at this point, but it doesn't matter. Okay, Pollina is moving into glass kilns. They will be profitable. But they've also had to move into a silicon to make up for that. Because otherwise YerAnd can just shut them out of the market. So that's still 3 claims for not a huge amount of profit, but I guess it's more profit than nothing. But is it going to be enough to stop Pollina? Well, at this point, YerAnd hasn't made any money at all. YerAnd is now shipping to the glass kilns. YerAnd has made a lot of transitions, but steel is cheap. YerAnd isn't expensive. YerAnd pays half price for the steel costs, because YerAnd uses half as much steel. They are making some small profit. And unfortunately for Pollina, that is more small profit than Pollina has. Pollina needs to buy 3 stocks, YerAnd just needs to buy 1 at this point. And I think YerAnd just has this, unfortunately, for Pollina. They're using more. Pollina is using more silicon than she's got. This isn't the best. Pollina does have carbon though as well, along with YerAnd, but when both sides are equal, YerAnd is just going to win this. Unfortunately, YerAnd, however, doesn't seem to be transitioning into money. Like, just they're not making money off of this. What's happening? Why are they not making money off of this? Ooh, a pleasure dome. If I was YerAnd, I'd just pay 80k for this. Just 120k, 180k, 200,000. Just bid everything you've got on this, because this pleasure dome will make you money and you will beat Pollina. If Pollina gets this, you might lose because Pollina might be able to have a chance of surviving this. Just bid whatever. This is an infinite cost game. You could make the game... The game should, at this point, be over because it's a standstill because both sides just permanently press the bid button. That's how you draw this game, Pollina. No, that would be silly. Because here's the thing, right? Pollina can't make a run on YerAnd because YerAnd owns stock in Pollina. However, Pollina's stock price can still go to $1. YerAnd's stock price is going to be at a minimum $10 because of the 5 stock in Pollina. So Pollina can't go infinite, but it's a funny idea. It's a funny idea. That is making more money than anything on the map. And there we go. That is the game. Game 2, YerAnd wins 2 games decisively through power. GG to both players. And this will be me, GameSlay99k, no brainer. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you next time. I think I just stole someone else's sign-off. That was probably Zoltar's sign-off, wasn't it? Zoltar, don't sue me!